All right. Okay, here we are. Once again. Okay, so this time around we're looking at how to find the center and the radius of a circle with known equation. All right. Last time we saw these two equations. As you can see here, our final conclusion was that the equation x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 6x minus 12 is equal to 0. It can also be written as x minus 2 squared, y minus 3 squared equals 25. And we also realize that, hello? Yeah, also we also realize that if we have x squared plus y squared minus 2 set of 3x minus 4y plus 7 minus pi on square root of 4 is equal to 0. It's the same as writing the second equation. So you see that at the end of the day, the reason why it is the way it is the second equations are nothing but that is what we expanded to get these equations we have on top. Okay, so this equation here, as you can see, is the same as this one, and that, and that. So definitely we know that if we have been given any point, for instance, let's try if we have been given a coordinate of an origin. Okay, starting from, let's see, x, our coordinates are, for instance, we have been asked to find the equation. Equation of radius 1 and the center 0, 0. Meaning, equations that start from the origin. Okay, so we have been asked to find the equation of the radius 1 and the center 0. So definitely we know that, okay, so radius r is equals to 1. Friends, let's have a look at it. So r is equals to 1. R is equals to 1. Let's see. So r is equals to 1, and our center 0, 0. So we've been asked to find this equation. So what do we do? What we know is generally our equation x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equals to what? R squared. So if we do the substitution, okay, then we say this is going to be x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared is equals to what? 1 squared. This implies that we have x squared plus y squared is equals to 1. You see, so this is also an equation of a circle. Okay, this is also an equation of a circle which has a center 0, 0, and the radius to be equals to 1. Okay, this same equation can be written this way. We can write this equation x squared plus ox plus y squared plus 0y plus a 0 constant, okay, is equals to what? 1. Have you seen that? So these two equations are the same. Okay? Why? Because, 0 multiplying x is 0, 0 multiplying y is 0, 0 multiplying constant c is 0. So that's the reason why this same equation can be written like that. Okay, so as you can see, this is a way we can, get our the factors when we are solving equation of the sort. So what about if we have been given the equation and we've been asked to find the center and the radius of the equation? Okay, now let's look at this. What did you think about it? And give me an answer. Yes? Is anybody that can explain the reason why? Okay, if we've been given an equation and we've been asked to find the center of the equation and the radius. For instance, let's say we've been given an equation of the form x minus 16 squared plus y minus 7 squared is equals to 18. Such an equation. And we've been asked to find the equation. We've been asked to find the radius. The radius, okay, and the center of the equation. So, the question here is, how do we find? You see, so our question here is how do we calculate such values, with the given equation. With a given equation. So with a given equation, okay, so there's a question that we've been given. And we've been asked to find the center. Okay? Find the center. And also the radius of the equation. So now let's see. You see, that this property I wanted to explain. That says that a circle, okay, so let have this clear, okay, so that we'll be on the same page, right? So if we have this, okay, so this property, I wanted to take notice of that property, okay. So a circle, they say a circle with center, okay, PQ and radius. Radius R has an equation, generally given as what x minus p squared plus y minus what was it mean? Yeah, p1 minus q squared is equals to what r squared. Okay, so this is general equation as we proved earlier. So, however, you need, for us to be able to calculate this value here, and this value here, and the radius here, what we have to do is to complete the square. So we have to complete the square in order to find the center of the radius. Center and the radius. You see, in order for us to be able to find the center and radius of the equation. Okay? So that is a big disclaimer. You see, here we need to really look at this. Yeah? With us. See what that's what it says. Okay? That's what it says. Okay, so we have to complete the square in order for us to be able to find the center and the radius of the equation. Well, I think we got to go back and talk about this. When we talk about quadratic equation, some time back, we know the quadratic equation in general is given as what? AS squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, and from that we're able to derive this equation that says x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, then through that we did the completing of square. That one we said as squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, so we said as squared plus bx is equal to minus c. Then if you remember, we said by completing the square, we add b over 2a squared. So we halve the b and we square and add to both sides of the equation. Both sides of the equation above. So because of that, let's say recap. Okay, so then we said as squared, okay, plus bs plus c equals that. You see, so now we have bx equals negative c. So we divided both sides of this equation. We say x squared b over a x equals negative c over a. So then we're going to add this to both sides of this equation, and we say x squared plus b over a, that plus b over 2a squared is equals to negative c over a plus b over 2a squared. Okay, then we resulted. Was that okay? Okay, right. So then we resulted in this by expanding this and simplifying this. So we say x plus b over 2a all squared is equals to what? Negative c over a, and a b squared 4a squared. Okay, then we ended up saying the x plus b over 2a squared is equals to what? B squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. Okay, so you see the method of completing the square is what we have here. Okay, so in the same way we apply this knowledge when we have been given an equation of a circle, okay, to solve. So you will see that, for instance,